Hello, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing the weekly tarot card for the week commencing Monday the 17th of October 2016. And in the Rodeg deck, my lovely Rodeg deck, it is the Prince of Swords. Quite a deep card, young male face on it. Lots of things. It could be eyes, broken chain. So a court card from the minor arcana, and remember that court cards can have meanings about people and they can also be energies. So the Prince of Swords, who does he represent? In general, he represents children, boy children, or younger males up to the age of about 30, who are air signs, which is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. And of course, this is the last week of Libra. So if you've got a birthday in Libra, particularly if you're a younger male or you have a child that's Libran, happy birthday. So if you have that type of person in your life, the focus goes on them this week. Now, they could need your focus, in which case you need to see what's maybe wrong with them or what they need from you. Or they could just be, being Libran, they could just be driving you nuts, to be honest. Libra is a lovely sign, but sometimes they're kind of a wee bit wicked, and sometimes they just can't make up their minds. So, if you have a Libran or another air sign round about you, the focus will be on them, particularly if they're young males. So watch out for them. But in general, what does this court card mean? The energy from it. The princes in the tarot are very much about the kind of youthful energy, the energy that takes us forward. So it tends to be a wee bit more punchy and a wee bit more energetic than, say, the kings or the queens. So that's the good thing about it this week, that the energy from this card is not really sitting back, and it's using the essence of air, which is a lot of thought, good mental capacity. And I think last week was the Ace of Swords, which is interesting. We're following on with another swords card. In general, though, we tend to, it's hard to kind of visualize just an energy. It's not good enough for me just to say, oh yeah, it's about thought and it's about vigorous thought or whatever. So let's kind of pin it down into various different areas. And this is where the Rodeg deck comes in very, very handy with all the visuals that are on it. If we look at career, the two things I focus on in this card are the broken chain, wrong side. Can you see this? The broken chain there, and also these that can look like eyes, but also can look like blood corpuscles to me. So if we're looking at career, basically, is it time to break the chains? Or will the chains be broken for you? And in work, that can lead to a lot of redundancies. It can also lead to brilliant freedom, but because it's very much a thinking or an air card, it's how you react to this. So at work, it could be that you're needing to break chains, but you've not had the oomph to do it, even though with the Ace of Swords last week. Follow on with that this week and make sure that if you do sincerely know in your heart that you're meant to break ties, then use the energy of this card to take you forward. If you're a team leader, you might want to think, do we need a wee bit of new blood in the team? Or even if you're self-employed and you have a project, do we need new blood? Do I need new insights, albeit intellectual ones, not so much intuitive ones with this card? It's very much about thought. So very much about either letting things go and doing it with a good thought process, or bringing new energies in, again, new thought energies. So it can be quite positive for career if you feel in control of it. It's when you don't feel in control of it that it can become difficult. So if we look at it in love, again, it's the chain. People that know me know that when this card comes out, particularly to do with romance and love, It's about should you break the chain with that person, particularly if it's surrounded by difficult cards. And that may well be your focus this week. Further down, there's a chain that's very, very kind of almost broken. It's coming apart. So it's not just got the one break on it, it's got a weakness. And sometimes people maybe go back together for a while and they put their heart and soul into it, but there has been a break in the chain between the two hearts. And a breakage, even if you solder it, still isn't as strong. And sometimes it gets to the stage where the chain is needing to break again. So again, can be slightly negative for relationships, but in a way it's bringing a lot of clarity this week as to what you need to do. Can you repair the chain? And do you have the energy to repair the chain between two people? Or is it time to break those chains? Also very much about breaking ties with the past or chains with the past. If you're entering a new relationship, it's important that you're not chained to the past. So if you still get a wee kind of thought about someone from your past and you still get good memories with them or whatever, if you're starting something new or you're committing to something new, break the chains. And if you're looking to maybe do a ritual to help with that, the cleansing, the breaking of chains, I'll try and put a link down below to a video in my magical series, which is called Cutting of the Cord, and it helps you to cut the umbilical cord between yourself and a person or yourself in the past. And it can be a very good thing to do if that's what's necessary with this card. With health, I tend to see, although these are eyes, there's other cards that have more specific eyes on them for me. So I read this as a person needing to look after their blood a wee bit more, or maybe needing some blood tests. I also see the chain at times as the spine and weakness in the spine. So if any of those conditions kind of are part of you, make sure you look after them in the week ahead. With money, maybe you need a wee bit of new blood coming in. Maybe it's time to kind of augment the money that's coming in. Maybe you've got a job that's not bringing in enough, so maybe it's time to look at where you can do something part-time, or if you can do something that's self-employed. It's about thinking and what am I good at, what can I do, what do I have time to do. And this card is actually very good with the energy behind it for starting something that would augment finances, particularly in the run-up to Christmas. And that's really it. So mainly as a person, watch out for your younger air signs in the week ahead and look after them. And in other situations, use a kind of energetic clarity to either cut ties or cut chains where they need to be cut, or to inject new blood into something, and do it with good clarity, do it with energy. Think things out this week. Don't act on impulse. Swords are never about a sort of intuitive impulse. They're mainly about thinking about things and then taking action after you've made your plan, after you've got it in your head exactly what you want to do. And if you bear that in mind, then you will enjoy the week ahead. As I say, the only areas where this can possibly be a wee bit difficult is in relationships. But I always feel that it's a card that allows you to look at your relationship and see if it's worthwhile pursuing, or if it's just a wee bit too broken to keep going with. And in another way, you could say, well, yes, it is, but I need to do some strengthening things. We both do, to get this sort of bond between us not in any way kind of a weakness. And sometimes life, the things that go on in life with relationships are the things that cause the weakness in it. So if you can actually look and see that maybe there's a weakness in the chain, the bond between you, because of, say, a family issue, or because of money, or because of something, then that's a different picture. You have to then, at that stage, look at the relationship, see what can be mended, and make sure that you make it as strong as possible so that outside influences can't break it again or make it weak. So I hope you like that card. If you do, give me the thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and many blessings. Hope to see you next week. Bye now.